and welcome to TTV News with some latest event in TayNinh province. And now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, on December 28 at Mộc Bài International Border Gate, Bến Cầu District, Ms. Nguyễn Thị Trúc Mai, member of the Central Committee of Vietnam Youth Federation, resident of Vietnam Youth Federation of TayNinh Province, received medical supply to support the prevention and control of COVID-19 from the Union of Youth Federation of Cambodia.
Knowing the significance and effectiveness of the program titled Million Bags of Social Security launched by the Central Committee of the Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union and the Central Committee of the Vietnam Youth Federation, the Union of Youth Federations of Cambodia awarded the program 500 boxes of instant noodles and 400 boxes of medical masks, 500 boxes of medical gloves, 2,000 protective suits, and 400 bottles of hand sanitizers, so that through the program they can be donated to Vietnamese people and children facing difficulties due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and support Vietnam's youth volunteer teams on the front lines of epidemic prevention and control. On behalf of the Vietnam Youth Federation, Ms. Nguyễn Thị Trúc Mai conveyed her deep gratitude to the Union of Youth Federation of Cambodia and expressed her wish that the youth federations of two countries would continue to work closely in the spirit of solidarity and mutual support, develop together and join hands to fight against the COVID-19 pandemic.
In the morning of December 28, Mr. Nguyễn Mạnh Hùng, Deputy Secretary of TayNinh Provincial Party Committee, visited and tracked the prevention and control of COVID-19 pandemic in Trang Bang Thao.
Since the outbreak of the pandemic, Trang Bang Thao has recorded over 23,000 cases of infection, of which nearly 21,000 have completed treatment. Over 2,600 are being treated, including 131 cases of concentrated treatment and over 2,400 cases treated at home. To manage all cases being treated at home, Trang Bang Thao established 536 community COVID groups, 79 mobile medical team and Zalo groups to guide people on how to self-isolate, monitor, take care of their health, and treat the disease at home. The town has also equipped its commune and ward with 4 oxygen concentrators, 30 SpO2 meter and medicine chests to support several cases being treated at home. Trang Bang Thao has also employed 245 doses of antiretroviral for FO to treat at home under the COVID-19 treatment programs of the Ministry of Health. In addition, Trang Bang Thao performed well the vaccination work for people in the area. Up to now, the town has administered nearly 315,000 doses, of which the first dose is over 157,000 doses. The second dose is nearly 153,000 doses, and the third dose is over 4,600 doses. On this occasion, Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee Nguyễn Mạnh Hùng and the delegation visited a number of families with FO cases being isolated and treated at home in An Hoa Ward, Trang Bang Thao.
The delegation of the Command Center for COVID-19 Prevention and Control, led by Mr. Võ Đức Trong, Standing Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, paid an inspection visit to supervise the COVID-19 prevention and control in TayNinh City on December 28th. The delegation came to survey the actual situation in NINH ward. This is the locality with the highest number of unvaccinated F0 cases in the city. The ward has 44 unvaccinated cases, of which 22 people have been checked and vaccinated right at their homes. Following the field survey, the delegation met with the Steering Committee for COVID-19 Prevention and Control of TayNinh City. The city's Steering Committee also recommended the province to adopt a unified policy to complete isolation for people on entry when there is a negative rapid test output without waiting for PCR results, and to have specific instructions available in the outpatient treatment of F0 cases in private hospitals. Concluding the meeting, Standing Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee Võ Đức Trong highly appreciated TayNinh City's effort in epidemic prevention and control. However, currently TayNinh City is among the localities with high F0 cases that haven't been vaccinated. The connection between F0 cases and localities, communes and wards is still not good. Therefore, the city needs to focus on strengthening the management of isolated F0 cases treated at home and limiting the mortality rate. Communes and wards need to review and grab data of subjects who haven't been vaccinated to promptly have a plan to support full vaccination for people. At the same time, consolidate the list and classification for timely cross distribution for F0 cases and existing equipping SPO2 if necessary.
Ladies and gentlemen, on December 28, Mr. Đàm Văn Cường, Deputy Director of TayNinh Department of Health, received and worked with leaders of Vĩnh Tiến Paper Transport Company, headquartered in District A, Ho Chi Minh City, to visit and donate COVID-19 prevention and control materials to TayNinh Province.
The leaders of Vĩnh Tiến Paper Transport Company sent greetings to the leaders and forces on duty on the front lines of the province epidemic prevention and control. At the same time, donated to the province 5,000 medical masks and 1,000 protective suits, with the total value of over 200 million Vietnam dong. Up to now, with the message sharing love, Vĩnh Tiến Paper Transport Company has donated over 1 million masks and some other medical supplies for epidemic prevention and control to hospitals in Ho Chi Minh City and the southern province. Mr. Đàm Văn Cường, Deputy Director of the TayNinh Department of Health, received and expressed his gratitude to the company for the province. He also said that the support will soon be distributed to the forces directly on duty on the front lines of epidemic prevention and control, contributing to ensure safety and helping the forces feel secure in the process of performing their tasks.
Turn to other news. On December 28th, the Construction Investment Project Management Board of TayNinh Province coordinated with contractors to organize a groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of Component Project 2 DT787 route. Component Project DT787B route belongs to the N8, 787B, 789 Regional Interconnection Road Project, approved by the Provincial People's Committee for the Investment Project in the decision number 1492, dated July 12, 2021, and assigned the Management Board of the Provincial Transport Sector Construction Investment Project as investor. Joint venture with Hai Dang Transport Company and Hai Dang Khoa Co Limited to implement. The NA787B 789 Regional Linking Road Project is one of the key projects of the province, with a total investment of about over 3,400 billion Vietnam dong. After the project is completed, promote the connection of Ho Chi Minh City, Long An, Bình Dương with the TayNinh Province, meeting transportation needs, connecting raw materials areas to processing facilities, creating favorable conditions for good trades in the region, connecting with Thanh Thành Công, Linh Trung Trì, Phước Đông Industrial Parks, and Hưng Thuận Commune multifunctional zones, including logistics center, ICD port, and inland waterway port cluster, creating a revenue force for socio-economic development, trade and service along the route, creating jobs, improving the living standards of the people in the area.
Ladies and gentlemen, recently people entering blue border gates in the province have continuously increased. While the pandemic is still spreading, the epidemic prevention and control as well as the implementations of dual guns are still a top priorities. The functional force on the borderlines have been continuing to strengthen strict control, prevent the epidemic sharply and create favorable conditions for people to enter.
According to the authority, from November 15, 2021, the government of Cambodia has announced that the isolation requirement will be lifted for foreign tourists who have fully vaccinated against COVID-19 and has a negative PCR test result. Therefore, Vietnamese people who were and live abroad affected by the COVID-19 pandemic cannot return home by air, return to Cambodia, and then continue to travel by land to Vietnam through Mộc Bài International Border Gate. Currently, every day at Mộc Bài International Border Gate, more than 500 people enter the country. Meanwhile, there was information that Cambodia recorded the first cases of Omicron variant. so control is enhanced. The border gate medical quarantine station strictly control the medical declaration. All passenger European entry must make a medical declaration that their epidemiological history at the place of departure and arrival, have their temperature taken and test sample for COVID-19 testing. If the test results are positive, the functional unit at the border gate will carry out procedure for isolation. For passengers with negative test result, after completing immigration procedure, they will be quarantined at concentrated isolation areas and service isolation areas within 7 days express flight. Those who enter Mobile International Border Gate and fail to present their passport or valuable paper in lieu of passport or entry-related paper must be filed and strictly comply with regulation on inspection medical. Vehicle employees boarding goods and in transit spray with disinfectant. The control post will stamp the door seal of the car cabin. At the same time, when going through the border gate, they are checked, making sure that the seal and ticket have no sign of being removed. Vehicle must not stop during transportation before being stamped and replaced with the new stamp at the cabin door. It is at the International Border Gate on the open trail. Colonel Lê Hồng Vương, commander of the TayNinhTV Border Guard, said that the TayNinhTV Border Guard has strengthened control and strict supervision measures throughout the border. We have revamped and coordinated forces to prevent from the beginning of the year to now. We have still ensured we dismantle and rescue many cases of illegal immigration. In border areas with flat terrain, the risk of illegal immigration is very high. Faced with the situation, the border guard station have raised their vigilance. There are many rubber blood stations in this area, so it's possible that illegal entry and exit subject mixed with workers to work in the field to illegally enter and exit the country. The patrol and control work of Tân Hà Border Guard Station is even stricter and stricter. We strengthen the inspection work. The command board of the station assigned 3 to 4 comrades to go to the chamber every day and encourage them to strengthen patrol and control board during the day at night. Officers and soldiers are regularly observed and organized day and night patrol. Assign officers and soldiers to all areas of risk point, because right behind this is the Cambodian border. The subject can enter the deciduous forest, hide in the forest and wait for our opening to go inland. Until the Lunar New Year, it is forecasted that many people living and studying abroad will have the need to visit family and prepare for that. So the number of people entering the country will increase. Functional units at border gate deploy flexible adaptation measures in the new normal. We perform the supervision and inspection of border residents and business while carrying out operation procedure in the spirit of complying with the law, creating favorable conditions but still ensuring prevention the epidemic. And across the border of the province, TayNinhTV Border Guard and forces coordinated effort to overcome difficulties to ensure timely prevention of illegal entry and exit cases and smuggling.
That's all for today's TTV News. Thanks for joining with us and see you next time.